Hey guys, just got another box filled with character options Doctor Who figures. They're mainly, I believe, from the classic range, so the Tom Bakers and all that sort of stuff. So let's have a quick look through them. Okay, so the box is now open. This is the Doctor Who toys, thank God. Sometimes I get sent returns in the post, and I once filmed a video where I was thinking it was another item and it was just a return. So, let's have a look what we got. So first up we have this Saigon figure. Now the Zygons appeared in, I think it was Terror of the Zygons, in the mid-70s, during the Tom Baker era. They're really cool. I mean, when it comes to the character options Doctor Who series, I personally think these are going to be a future, a toy line that people are going to collect, because the quality is so good. I mean, he looks exactly like the character from the series. It has that kind of like BBC cheap look where you can tell this was made from some kind of, the prop was made from wherever the costume department had left over. He's a little bit stiff in his hand, and his hand looks like it's about to fall off. But apart from that, he's pretty good. And then we have Peter Davison. Peter Davison's the 5th Doctor. He, spoilers, he appears after Tom Baker. He has his celery on his lapel. The original release of this figure it was not included, and so fans were quite annoyed because it was quite an obvious flaw in the design of the figure. Still, it's pretty impressive. It actually looks like him sculpt-wise. His leg feels a little bit loose, but apart from that, it's quite nice. Then we have something I've wanted for ages. And it's filled with figures. This is the puppet from, I'll move the camera, Carnival Monsters. So in Carnival Monsters is a massive kind of like monster that comes out like a lake sort of thing. They've actually made a puppet of it. And I love hand puppets. It's a bit of my weird thing. So it's pretty impressive that they actually decided to make it a hand puppet. So this comes from the John Pertwee era. I think it's from series 9. Maybe series 10 maybe. Next up we have a Harry figure. So Harry actually appeared in Carnival Monsters, the actor. He played a different character, and then he helped the 12th Doctor, sorry, not the 12th Doctor, the 4th Doctor in the 12th series of Doctor Who, Tom Baker's first series. Him with Sarah Jane and Tom Baker. He was quite a hard figure to pick up when he came out. They haven't released that many of the companions. And of all the companions they have released, Harry is a bit of a weird one to release, because there's other companions which are more in demand, shall we say. But it's cool to have him. He's a bit of a unique figure. He comes in a set of 3 figures altogether, so imagine, unless you buy that set, there's no way of picking him up. At one point the set was selling for quite a lot of money. Now it's gone back down to normal prices because a load of them were found, and B&M, who are the sellers of these toys, put them out. So we got here, I actually have some of these figures, and I have every single Doctor in my personal collection, apart from the 8th Doctor. This one here, Paul Mcgann. He appeared in the 1996 TV movie, which was co-made by Fox, I believe it was, in America. Eric Roberts played the Master. So Paul Mcgann only really had one story, if you will, and that was the TV movie. They were going to make a American/British series of Doctor Who, where supposedly it was going to be remakes of classic episodes and this and that. But it never happened. He does appear in a small cameo in a mini episode where you see him regenerate into the War Doctor. I'm really glad he comes with his sonic screwdriver. This will make him worth more money than without. These sonic screwdrivers are really small and easy to lose. So this whole lot I paid £60 for, by the way. £60 delivered, which to me was a great price. Next up, we got the 6th Doctor, Colin Baker. So he was after Peter Davison. This is, to me, is a really good figure. It looks like Colin Baker in his first series, and he comes with his kind of weird. It's not a sonic screwdriver, but some kind of weird device. On his lapel, he has the cat badge. When this came out, this figure was actually quite a rare one to find because it was short packaged in the box. So every box had one Colin Baker, and then it had like 3 Tom Bakers, 3 Peter Davisons, 3. I can't remember who that figure was, but yeah, but he was kind of like limited. Much easier to get hold of now. The chase for this figure is kind of gone. But yeah, a very colourful character in terms of his outfit. Colin Baker is actually one of those Doctors where he's a bit like Marmite. People love him or hate him. I absolutely love him. And the more I watch of his Doctor, the more I like it. It's kind of bizarre, brash. Yeah, really of its time. It's good. I like Colin Baker. Next up, we've got a Sontaran. Now, I'm not sure. It comes with a helmet as well. Not really sure if it's this helmet or the other one. This makes me think there's 2 in here. I don't really know what's in here. I looked at, when I bought this for £60. I kind of looked at it, saw a few things that I know were worth the money. The Paul Mcgann figure, for example, is worth a bit of money, and I noticed the puppet was in there, and I thought to myself, this is just a good lot. I'm going to buy it, and I'm not going to look at it until it turns up. Yeah, this Tyrans, they look a bit different in the new series. They got more of like an orange colour to them. They first appear in the John Pertwee series, The Time Warrior, and then they appear in the Sontaran Experiment with Tom Baker, and another one, which I think is called like the Time War thing. Invasion of Time, that's it. So there's 2 helmets there, which makes me think there's going to be 2 figures there. And then we have a Cyberman. This is a 60s Cyberman. He has that kind of like iconic ears, if you will. He, I think, is from the Moon Base. Is the first appearance where he looks like this. They definitely appear like this in Tomb of the Cybermen. But that's a good figure. Cybermen always sell well. Next up, we've got Perry. She appears, I think, in Planet of Fire, her first appearance with Peter Davison. She would go on to be kind of known as Colin Baker's companion. She's played by Nicola Bryant. She's actually quite a good sculpt. There's not many, as I was saying, many companions out there. So whenever they release a companion, they sell well. So that's cool. Next up, we've got Patrick Troughton. This is like the evil Troughton. So he's the 2nd Doctor, but this is how he appears when he meets up with the 6th Doctor in the 80s. They basically filmed an episode of a story of Doctor Who with the 6th Doctor and Perry in I want to say like Lanzarote, some kind of Mediterranean Spanish island. I mean, they just wanted to go there for a bit of fun, really, and do some filming. But yeah, he has these kind of like evil eyebrows to kind of show that he's not the real 2nd Doctor as we know him. He's also got his grey hair. So when he made this show, he decided he didn't want his hair to be coloured back to black, which is a bit of a shame, really, because it would have made him look exactly as he was back in the 60s. His companion Jamie was also with him, but I don't think they've done a figure of Jamie yet. Next up, we have the Master. Now, I believe he appears like this in The Deadly Assassin. So the original Master, Roger Dalgardia, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He was sadly killed in an automobile accident in Turkey. and so they had a bit kind of what they do with him sort of thing. So they didn't have the character for a few years, a few seasons, and they decided to bring him back, and they made him this weird, like, regenerated face, and he looks really creepy. Great figure, but pretty terrifying. We've got loads to go. Here's the other Sontaran. They've got really weird faces, haven't they? It looks a bit like the Mitchell brothers. All Phil and Grant. And then we've got another Doctor. This is Tom Baker, the 4th Doctor. Look at his crazy eyes. That's actually very much like what Tom looks like. So I think this is like a season 14 outfit, season 15 sort of look. When they released the original Tom Baker, it was his season 12 look. That was in the original wave of figures, and that was a really good figure, and it sold out really quick. It's hard to find as well, just because of the popularity of Tom. But yeah, these are great. I'm not really sure if his head comes off. The original release, you can take his hat off and have a different head. Unfortunately, I can't see any of the sonic screwdrivers yet. There you go. Here's like an earlier looking Tom. I don't think this is the original release though. Yes, it is. There you go. So his head comes off, and you can replace it with one with a hat. I hope it's included in here, because if not, that'd be a bit annoying. But yeah, so it looks pretty cool. It's pretty iconic with his iconic scarf. We have another Sontaran. This time this one's got a bit of a soul patch goatee going on. I love these figures. The design of them are so cool. It's so 70s sci-fi with these kind of like rubbery suits and kind of like homemade looking belts and weapons. There's his helmet. We have another Zygon. Great figure, looks really good on display. Yeah, I might sell those as a pair. So I got a collection of Doctor Who figures myself. I'm always a bit denying whether I should sell these, because this was a great price for these figures, and I could make good money on them. But on the other hand, I'm thinking, I do love Doctor Who, classic Doctor Who, so what do I do? Another Tom Baker. I think this is more season 14, 15, when Leela turns up. I think it's got that Sherlock Holmes-esque sort of look. I mean, you've got to hand it to them. When it comes to like toy making nowadays, a lot of figures, like the Marvel figures, are very cheaply made. It's very thin plastic. You can drop it from a height and they break. But these are really good figures. They're really strong. Really good articulation. The design is beautiful, and they're at a good price. I mean, B&M sell these figures in packs of 3 for like $12.99. It's easy to build up a collection at that price. Oh, we've got another Colin Baker. So as you notice, the design on his chest is different. His waistcoat, and he's got a yellow scarf, a blue scarf. I'm not 100% sure what release this came from. Also, the head sculpt is much better. I thought the original release was really good in it itself, but the head sculpt is impressive. Whoever makes these, they really know how to make figures. So that one doesn't come with any more accessories. I think in later issues of the figures, there's less and less accessories. Of course, this is Sarah Jane Smith. This is how she appears in the Sarah Jane Chronicles Adventures, what they're called, TV show. It's a kids' TV show, spin-off series. I think they made 4 series, but unfortunately, Elizabeth Sladen passed away of cancer whilst making it. I don't think they've actually done Elizabeth Sladen and Sarah Jane Smith as a classic companion yet. Here we go. And not had this one ever. This is John Hurt as the War Doctor, and it comes with this thing, which is not Doctor Who. Well, sorry, it's Doctor Who. That's a Sontaran weapon, I think. It's a very small object. I wish the person who sold me this put it in a bag with a little bit. But anyway, the War Doctor, he appears in the 50th anniversary special, The Day of the Doctor. And I think he appears in the mini episode of with Paul Mcgann briefly for a split second. Sadly, John Hurt's not with us anymore. Right, what else is in there? I don't want to lose any of the bits. Yes, the person who sold me this, rather silly, has basically just thrown all the items in the bottom of the bag, bottom of the box, and not wrapped them up. They're so small. There's another Sonic right there. There's another little gun. I'm not sure who that goes with. Probably the one of the Sontarans. Then we've got the 7th Doctor, Sylvester McCoy. I think this is more like his ghost-like appearance. Usually he has a hat on. I really want to pick up an Ace figure, which is his companion. I think that might be the end of the figures. So if I can find any more items in the bottom of this box. So if anybody ever sends things in the post, if you have little items like this, just get yourself a little what do you call, like a money bag or a drug bag, and put them in there, or even still get yourself a little envelope and tape them up. Don't send them like this when they're just thrown in a box, because it takes, you know, one little bang think, and all of a sudden they're there's a hole in the box and they're gone. Or somebody like me being stupid opens the box open and flings it everywhere, and all the bits come out. So then we have another figure. This is Tom Baker. I believe he is wearing John Pertwee, the 3rd Doctor's outfit. So this would have came with the TARDIS, like a regeneration set. That's pretty cool. I think I've actually got that one with the box and the TARDIS still sealed upstairs in my bedroom. Right, there are definitely bits in here. There's this very, very small piece. You can just about see it. That goes with a Zygon. There should be 2 because there's one each. I'm not sure if it was included originally. I can't feel any more. Actually, wait, there's another one. There's another sonic screwdriver. This is why it's so important to keep them separated. Cool, I'm pretty sure that's it. Fantastic. Great figure to end with. Last but not least, this is Nicholas Courtney as, I think it's Alistair Lethbridge Stewart, Brigadier, the Brig. I think this is how he appears in Spearhead from Space, the very first John Pertwee episode. His first ever appearance is in episode 3 of The Web of Fear, back in the late 60s. Sadly, he's not with us anymore. But when I used to watch Doctor Who, I mainly used to watch John Pertwee episodes, and he was in most of them. Right, I'm just going to double check to make sure there's no more sonic screwdrivers, little pieces in there. I'm confident there's nothing in there more. So yes, I've got this big pile of Doctor Who figures. I paid £60 for the lot. To me, that was an absolute bargain. They go for loose. You can get about £10 a figure. Some of the figures are quite easy to get hold of, so don't command that much of a premium, if you will. But since I've been collecting and selling toys, I've always been out looking for this Doctor, the 8th Doctor. He's always been really hard for me to find, even at toy shows. When you find them, he either sells out really quick because somebody gets a bargain, or you see price. He's priced at like £25, £27. So I'm a bit of a catch-22. I think I'll probably keep him and sell all the figures that I already have in my collection anyway. Anyway, thank you much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate all the likes and subscribes. Just went past the 500 subscribers on here, so I just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed Thank you to everybody who likes my posts and comments. I hope to do some more videos in the next couple of days. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again.